Hello, and in this video I'm going to go over one of my favorite plays, which is the play action misdirect option. And this is in the formation of a single back, which is just one running back, two tight ends on each side, and twin wide receivers. Now this is set up for a left-handed quarterback, and if you have a right-handed quarterback, merely all you do is move the wide receivers to the other side. The reason for this is when your quarterbacks are going to be scrambling passing the ball. If it's someone like Tim Tebow or Michael Vick, they're lefties, southpaws, I'm going to scramble them left. And I got two receivers and a tight end, plus really both tight ends for that matter. But the receivers are on the flanked out to the side of the left, which is where Tebow is going to throw. Because if he's going to throw on the run, or Vick's going to throw on the run, it's easier for them to scramble left than it is right. And the defense knows this, which is why I like this particular play. And what you need to do is you need to set up the run. That is extremely important. And what I have for the must is you need a scrambling quarterback. You're not going to run this with the everyday pocket passers that really don't run the ball too much, although this would work with them as well too. So I would rather a quarterback that can make the big play though. Wide receivers that can block. And the reason why that's important is because you need to set up the running game. And what the running game is going to do is you're going to run a counter run. You're going to do both right and left. If you see there's not too many defenders there, you try running it to the right. But you mainly want to go around the sides and then go in between the tight end and the wide receiver. You need to do your plays through the guards and tackles just to keep them off guard a little bit as well. But the primary running play that I'm going to run most of the time through this formation is a counter from this side and down around the wide receiver to the tight end. Hopefully I can set up an effective running game throughout this situation. The reason why wide receivers are important blockers, because if they're not that good blocking and this guy fails to block, then he's going to come in, make the tackle, there's a 1 yard run or 2 yard run, or even maybe a negative yard. But if he makes the tackle, maybe he can come to the outside where it's not going to be him versus a safety, and if the safety brings him down, he's probably already good for 6 or 7 yards. Therefore, when you're watching this game, I have observation on here. What you want to observe is when you run the counter play, we have the offensive line that are moving obviously left as well. So they're going to be shifting towards that side as the play begins. You want to focus what's happening on the right-hand side. Because if you are noticing that the team you're playing against is putting nobody there when that play starts, then what you do in an important situation, maybe you're at a 4th down and 2 and you really need a 1st down. Or maybe at the 25-yard line, it's 1st down and you just want to get the touchdown right now or at least get a 15, 20-yard gain, then you're going to run the play. And how the play works is you do a play action, but you set it up like you would normally do that counter run. Thus, the running back's going to counter here. The offensive line are all going to shift to the left side. But what's going to happen is the quarterback's going to bootleg out to the right. And then you have a tight end that's going to come into play in here. Now, that tight end is extremely important because he's your only out, basically. All you can do, if you have nothing available, is throw the ball out of bounds, which is something you'd have to do. But if you get an empty space, then essentially what's going to happen a lot of times is the quarterback's going to run. There's going to be nobody there. And if he's a fast player like a Cam Newton, Michael Vick, Tim Tebow, that's going to be 20, 30, 40-yard gain, if not a complete touchdown. That's if you're at the 30-yard line. Very easy. Now, if there's one defender in there, if they have one defender, they're screwed. They are so screwed if they got one guy. Because if one of their guys is in here, he's got to choose between either the tight end or the quarterback. If he comes to rush the quarterback, you're going to throw it to the tight end. If the defender's there, the tight end is going to have one thing to do, and that's go deep. Because he's got to make him make the decision as well. If he goes deep and he follows a tight end, then obviously the quarterback's going to let him go a bit, pretty much slow down behind the line, maybe do a couple pump fakes, and then off he goes. And again, if he goes deep and this guy goes to the quarterback, well, there's your throw to the tight end, and that will be a big gain as well. So that's why the observation is really important, because if you're noticing when they're running the ball that they're keeping safety play for the most part, and if they got one guy there, then if they get another guy coming in, then what happens is that one player will play the tight end, one player will go to the quarterback, and now he's forced to throw it out of bounds. So thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.